Doesn't let us do in the split view.
We got 20 seconds.
Do it if you want to.
But the other ones are all just job sites, not
Yes.
office. So they've got three offices.
All right, I got 6 o'clock on the dot. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Trustee Leverett,
Present.
Treasurer Clee,
Present.
Clerk Triplett here, Supervisor Miller,
Here.
Trustee Todd Lloyd,
Here.
Trustee McIntyre,
Here.
and Trustee Burt.
Present.
Thank you. Do we have any additions or deletions to this evening's agenda? Move on. We have a few sets of minutes to correct. I see down here minutes from the training session of April 17th. That was the latest one, so we have that. If there's no corrections to those minutes, all those in favor of approving those minutes from April 17 training session signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then we have the minutes from the regular meeting, April 21st. Are there any corrections to those minutes? No? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from the April 21st regular meeting signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those minutes stand approved. Then lastly, the minutes of the special meeting, April 28th, our work session. Any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from the April 28th meeting signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Those minutes stand approved. We move on to public comment. Yes. If you'd like to address the board, we ask that you come to the podium, and you'll have 3 minutes to address the board.
Hello, good evening. Wanted to say good job on the cleanup on Dutcher Road there. That was good, Dutcher, and I forget what other road they did, but yeah, that was good. Also, I haven't got an answer on the clerk pay. When the clerk is gone and someone takes over, it was $5,000. Is that per year, or is that per? Okay, so if 2 or 3 different people do it during the year, do they each get? Okay, just one-time pay. Okay,
Yes,
so,
sir.
well, 2 people, if the clerk's on vacation and the other person that took it over the first time, so a third person has to do it, how is that factored in?
Well, this isn't a question and answer time, but.
I understand, but I asked the question before and nobody brought an answer the last time.
So I'll tell you, we operate by the Michigan compiled law for the charter township law. And by law, the deputy and the clerk and the treasurer are required to have a deputy. And we can go into more later, but she only has 1 deputy and the treasurer only has 1 deputy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to address the board? Keith Powers.
Good afternoon. My name is David Hicks, and I am a current resident, have been since '65, on Hammerberg Road between Hemp Hill and Bristol. And I'll be quick, because I thought we got 4 minutes, but I'll give it to you as quick as I can here. The sewer system, storm sewer system there has been a problem forever. It's 12 inches from Aspen Court down to Hemp Hill. It's 6 inches from there back to Bristol. They used to come through and cut the roots in it, but there's been a drainage problem in there forever. Basement's getting flooded, and it's terrible. On top of that, people from Aspen Court back to Bristol, several of them don't even pick up their leaves. They throw into the street, it plugs up everything. I got leaves there from last year, all right? They just were in there with a vacuum pulling up crap out of the drain cisterns. That doesn't help much because it gets all plugged up again. So the sewer system, the leaves, the road has been cold patched so many times you could have put a new road in there. And I've been told that that is a trunk line since it opened up to Hemp Hill, which we get a lot more traffic now from the plants. I think that road needs to be replaced. Also, speed. It's 25 miles an hour. I'm telling you, I've watched people go down through there 40, 50 miles an hour to get to work to beat the traffic lights on Bristol. Now, I have seen police come through there, but, you know, I mean, they speed through there. And there's people walking there with their kids, dogs, and we haven't had a fatality yet, but we've had some close ones. So the speed, the leaves, the sewer system, storm sewer system, and the roads with all the coal patch that has been put in.
Mr. Hicks, can you give us your address, please?
3331.
3331 at Hammerburg.
Hammerburg.
Okay, Hammerburg. And you said the problem is from Aspen Court to Bristol Road?
Well, Aspen Court to Bristol Road is where their people are throwing all our leaves out there.
Oh,
They, like
okay.
I said, they don't pick them up. And it just creates, you're not helping you're not helping the sewer system by doing that. And it's not helping the road any by doing that. So I'm tired of it. I've been acquainted there since 1965 when my parents built the place. So I've seen it all. And it hasn't gotten any better. So I'd like you to take a look at that and
Sure.
see what can be done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here this evening. Is there anyone else who'd like to address the board?
My name is Gerald Roberts. Live in Flint Township for over 50 years. Back in the day, when Comcast first came in, my Comcast bill was about $16. I had an increase, and today I'm paying close to $300. I have TV, a landline, and internet. This last month, they have a franchise fee that is paid to the township, both Comcast and also, I think, AT&T. I tried to get service from Spectrum, which is over here in Davison. And they tell me that they're not allowed to get in here because of the fact that Comcast and AT&T have it locked up. I think that's real unfair to the consumers here with regard to residents. Either the last month or the month before that, the franchise fee is being shown on my bill was about $8 and some odd cents. This last month, it went from there up to about $10 and something. Called in and asked, and I wondered, did you people increase it to $2.50? In other words, where is that increase coming from? How is that justified, and how is that justified with regard to the residents that are basically locked into two particular companies with regard to AT&T and Comcast, which is Xfinity or whatever? Why can't we have other companies like Spectrum and things like that to make it competitive so that they're basically competing against one another? It seems like they have basically a hold on the consumer here. Either could go to one or the other. Why isn't it opened up? Can you, I don't expect a question and answer tonight, but I'd like to know why it's only limited to two particular companies. You can go out on the internet and get, satellite and all this other stuff and everything like that, but to be locked in for a line and also for internet service and things like that, I think it's grossly unfair. In other words, and I think you people here need to look into that so that it makes it fair for the consumers. In other words, just about everybody here probably has got one of those particular two things, unless they're going through streaming things. So that's my complaint. I guess maybe I'm up here complaining all the time, but that's part of being old and cantankerous, okay, like I am.
Thank you,
you
Mr.
very
Roberts. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board? No? One more time? Would anyone else like to address the board? If not, we'll close public comment and we will move on to reports. And I don't have a formal report, but I can address some of the issues. The issue with Comcast is not a township issue. We don't limit, as far as I know, Madam Clerk, I don't know if you know, Tracy, if you know, we don't limit who uses the right-of-way. That's not up to us. And we didn't have anything to do with that rate increase either. That's a Comcast thing. So your question, I know that they come to us to be in the right-of-way because the right-of-way belongs to the township. And I know that they have to go through the road commission for a permit to, in their right-of-way easement area. So I don't have an answer for you, Mr. Roberts, because we don't make those decisions. So I'm sorry, I can't help you on that. But I do know that the other issues that were raised with the roads, the drains, the leaves, and the speeding, I know that anytime we get a complaint, the only ones who can deal with speeding issues are the police department. So we go to the chief, and he can talk about that later. But we do not have a DPW department. We don't pay for that in the township. However, we do work with the road commission and the drain commission. And the road commission is responsible for maintaining all the county roads. And we help them by paying for any repairs on roads, whether that's just a simple repair or it's a special assessment where they replace the roads. And yet their typical repair is patch. Cold patch doesn't stay in the hole. Hot patch happens in the summertime when the plants open up. So we work through a road advisory committee. We have 0.5 mils for road repairs, road improvement. And we have a committee that's been making recommendations to the township board since 2006. And they formulate a list based on complaint, based on observation, and based on PACER ratings. And they meet the second Monday, typically the second Monday of the month in the afternoon. Those agendas are online. And actually, we're meeting on the 19th this month instead of the 12th. But the decisions that the board makes is based on the recommendations. The road millage for road project and road repair, we have about a $250,000 to maybe $320,000 every year. This year, what is it, John? About $268,000 of the township to fix all the road problems in the township. That's not a lot of money. We do try and go to different neighborhoods and spread that money around, but the road advisory makes the recommendation of the township board. That's how road repairs are made. We have, let me go back. Leaves and the gutters and the catch basins, they're supposed to be, the gutters, they're supposed to be street sweeping through the road commission. And I know that that's, they were in Mount Morris Township, they'll be coming down. And I have complained about the quality of street sweeping because it doesn't seem that our streets the gutters are very clean. And they're working on that issue, but they know that the complaint is there because all the patch they fill in the potholes ends up in the gutters and the sides of the road. So that is, the road commission is responsible for the safety of the motoring public. They're responsible for the county roads. Two is, well, not really. We could talk after the meeting. But the Drain Commission, we have a contract with the Drain Commission, and they maintain all of our lines every 5 years. We have 4 pump stations. They maintain those. And as far as the drains being cleaned out, they clean underneath the street. They're the ones who clean those out. I will get a hold of them and bring to their attention this area that you were mentioning to us along Hammerberg Road, right? Yeah, so I will talk to them about that. And almost every meeting, not quite every meeting, but I try to remind people, if you have a catch basin in front of your house, we were out cleaning this weekend, and the debris that settles on top of those grates on a catch basin is disgusting. And then the stuff gets in there and they fill up. So I understand, and we're working on trying to get those people that we work with to do a better job, because other than volunteers, we don't have a way to have those cleaned except for the road commission or the drain commission. But I will get a hold of them. So that's it for my report. Madam Clerk, do you have a report this evening?
I do not have a report.
Thank you. Mr. Treasurer, do you have a report this evening?
I do not, other than to pay the bills in a minute.
Are there any trustee reports this weekend? This one, I know they're gonna, sorry. Mr. Leverett, did you have anything?
Well, I want to say that I'm happy to see everybody here, but most of all, I hear the concerns and these leaves and grass clippings and all this stuff is coming up. But we have to do something in a hurry, and I agree. But we have to make sure that we talk with our neighbors and everybody in the township or in Genesee County, and make sure that they understand what they're supposed to be doing. They're not supposed to be leaving those, the professional cutters and the residents are not supposed to be leaving those grass clippings in the street or the leaves as well. Because you're right, it's gonna plug up the drain, plug up the Flint River and the whole 9 yards. So I think that we need to pay some special attention to that. We had that, the supervisor and I talked about that probably about two years ago. And we had it put on the bill, on the water bill, as a notice about the grass clippings. So let's be unified and let's talk to one another about these things that we can help with. Because like she just said, we don't have a Department of Public Works. But hey, help us and to come to a solution about it and see what we can do. That's all I have.
We'll go this way. Do you have a report this evening? No? Trustee McIntyre, do you have a report this evening?
Yeah, just two quick little things. So this past weekend on May 3rd, we had that community cleanup, the Clean Streets, Safe Streets. That was between Dutcher Road and Taft. So I think we picked up around 25 bags of trash. I know Trustee Vert's going to talk about that a little bit more. But it was really nice to see some people come out and, kind of join forces to clean things up. And then the other thing is I will be absent from the next board meeting because I'm completing a study abroad course with my university, but I will be back for that following meeting.
Can we go with you? No. Trustee Vert, do you have a report
I can
this
fit in my
evening?
suitcase, sure. We'll try.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, we'll try.
Yes, we had April 26th, we were supposed to have a cleanup. Mother Nature said no, rain and snow and freezing, so a few of us came back on Sunday. There were 7 of us, and Mark Showalter was there to help, and Don Schweeman, and we got over 30 bags of garbage on Mill Road. It's pretty hefty. Then on Dutcher and Taft this past Saturday, we were there almost 4 hours. We didn't plan on it, but there was a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of drinking and driving, a lot of drinking and driving. And some people got some really expensive liquor they're throwing out. So I don't know what about that, but there's a lot. I'd like to see more people. The numbers have been low, and so when you have just 5 people out there doing over 30 bags of garbage for 4 hours, it's a lot of work. It looks better, but we would like more help. If you can come, please show up. The next day will be May 17th, and is to be determined the area.
All righty. And it will be on the website or the other social media to look for the time and date. And I'm sorry, the
8 to
location?
10. It's always 8 to 10.
8 to 10? Great. All righty, we'll move on to staff reports. Mrs. Tucker, do you have a report this evening?
We do have zoning board of appeals meeting Wednesday night at 5. They have one case on Lennon Road for a new building. For a variance on front loading area. Thursday night at 6 p.m. here, we have planning commission meeting. They have 4 cases on the docket. 2 of them are public hearings, so feel free to attend. And I think that's everything for right now. We're working on a lot of issues and
Chief Wangler, do you have a report this evening?
I do. Thank you, Madam Supervisor. Since the last board meeting on April 21st, Police Department responded to 1,404 total calls. That's just over 900 primary calls and 500 backup calls. So on average, we responded over this 2-week period to over 100 total calls per shift. And just as a highlight to that, there were 17 shifts where one officer responded to 15 or more total calls in that 12-hour day. And then just to highlight, Officer Peter Lindgren graduated Lerda Police Academy, the Mott Academy last week, and was sworn in on May 1st. He's currently undergoing his in-house academy at the police station and will begin the first phase of field training next week. And then just lastly, I'm happy to announce that I will be partnering next week, Friday, May 16th, from 4:30 to 6:30 with the Voices for Children, their annual Cooking with the Chiefs. I believe this is at least the second, if not the third year that they've done that. They've reached out, and I'm partnering with them for their fundraiser. Again, Friday, May 16th at the Elga headquarters in Grand Blanc from 4:30 to 6:30. That's my report.
Thank you. Assistant Chief Raleigh is not here this evening, but he did, however, send me information for his report. There were 60 calls for service over the last 2 weeks of since we last met. There were 7 structure fires, 4 vehicle fires, and 3 vehicle entrapments. They were busy. Alrighty, so next on our agenda is a presentation of a proclamation, and I'd like to ask Karen Barnes if she would come forward. So, well, for the last almost 17 years, I've seen your face in the office. I don't usually see it. But you've been around for a very long time. I think you took after Beth Takis for all the years that she was here. And so I'll read this, and we're going to be thanking you for your years of service. Whereas Karen Barnes has served the citizens of the Charter Township of Flint as a steadfast and valuable source of information and advice during her 32 years of service in the name of the residents of the Charter Township of Flint. And whereas Karen Barnes most recently has aided our employees and retirees by providing direction and aid in navigating the healthcare system. And whereas Karen Barnes also served as an empathetic ear and helped counsel those in need, and where Karen Barnes is known for her dependability, her sincere and steadfast approach to her position in the accounting department, and whereas Karen Barnes and her husband of 30 years, Todd, and their daughter Emily, have supported Karen in her work here at the Charter Township of Flint, and whereas Karen Barnes will now be filling her time with sitting by the pool, vacationing, and a new puppy. Whereas the Charter Township of Flint wishes to publicly recognize the dedication of Karen Barnes to the Flint Township community and her fellow AFSCME 1918-01 members. Now therefore, the Board of Trustees of the Charter Township of Flint, on behalf of the staff, retirees, and residents, do hereby issue this proclamation to honor Karen Barnes and recognize her time and dedication to the Charter Township of Flint on this 5th day of May, 2025. Thank you very much. So we want to say thank you. You've been invaluable. We had Beth Takis, our controller, for many, many years. And how many years of service did you have here, Beth?
31 years and 10 months.
31 years of So to say the knowledge and the expertise that she provided to this township in being the controller, to leave and have someone take over, Kevin, he relied on you a great deal, and he told me a lot that you have been a great source of help. And you're smart, you're witty, we're going to miss you. And we had a nice party. Her union brothers and sisters put together a party that we haven't seen a party that fun since I've been here, so hope you enjoyed it, because they love you, we love you, we're gonna miss you.
Thank you.
If you wanna have your family come up, you can take a picture here too. Come on. We've gotten to know Emily too. She's been a great help with elections to the clerk's department, election department. And basically do whatever you ask her to do. Is that right, Karen? Yes. Very much.
Do you want this chair? Your picture's more important than mine. We're good.
Now she's in Tracy's chair.
I think she did want to.
You did want your chair,
I told
Trace.
her, I said, do you want to switch chairs?
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you very much. So let's vote to accept that proclamation. A motion is in order to approve that.
Clee would move to accept the proclamation as presented and read this evening to represent the retirement and for the 32 years plus of service of Mrs. Karen Barnes.
Is there a second
I
to the motion?
second it.
Any comments for Karen Barnes? Any? No?
8 o'clock tomorrow, she punches in, right?
No. But we have her phone
Karen,
number.
Karen, 8 o'clock tomorrow, you punch in, right down the hall.
Alrighty.
Contract.
All those in favor of approving the proclamation signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Thank you very much. And we're glad to see the rest of the union here supporting you.
A whole bunch of retirees in the
Righty.
audience.
So we'll move on to number 8, Mr. Treasurer.
Yes, you've all received the opportunity to see the bills online through your email and/or come here in present. I would like to move to approve the payment of the invoices of updated today, $74,597. In addition, we're going to acknowledge, as we always do, the payment of invoices and tax distributions, which is a pass-through the amount of $1,050,829.63, as authorized by the purchasing policy of the township.
Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Any questions from Mr. Treasurer? Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, roll call, please, on the motion to pay the bills in the amount of $74,597.
Treasurer Clee.
Yes, ma'am.
Supervisor Miller.
Yes.
Clerk Triplett, yes. Trustee Burt.
No.
Trustee McIntyre.
Yes.
Trustee Todd Lloyd.
Yes.
Trustee Leverett.
Yeah, yes. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Are there any correspondence or informational items? Then we have no new business this evening. We came here to say goodbye to Karen Barnes. And the next meeting is, the regular scheduled meeting is May 19th at 6 p.m. here. And if there's no further business, and without objection, we'll call the meeting adjourned.
So we know it's the same, but it just wouldn't take change.
Oh, man.